Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Zenji and today we're going to be playing Timberborn. Currently we're in episode 40 in our Oasis project playthrough. And hey, hope you're doing well. Currently we're in the bad tide, so we're going to have to figure out a way to get through this. It is a 22-day bad tide, 23 days. And of course we've lost access to our clean water up here. We are making arrangements, however, to fix that with our new system, which will, of course, then take all this bad water here and dump it out the other side. But we do have 22 days to survive and get through. And luckily, we do have 7,000 water stored up. And food, of course, is being increasing quite steadily. We're at 2,200. We do have our mangrove forests up and running, and we have a lot of eggplants, but no mango really stored, I think. Well, let's double check that. And no mango, not yet anyway. But right, we still have a few more planks here to be built in order to access some of these storage bins parts. And then what else are we up to? We have our kavasas over here, some soybeans, and then kohlrabi. And then of course we are creating a spillway over here, so when this does flood, as you can clearly see, the water will then flow out. So that is the plan. And of course we do have this area over here, which we are going to turn into a plateau for coffee beans. So we'll have access to coffee. And then we're going to force these guys because, water is now subsided. So hopefully we can get this sorted as soon as possible. These are all set to super high priority. And then we're obviously going to take these out. Make sure we add those. So it's going to take a little while. It's just because there's a lot to do. We obviously have to work from the top down to make sure it's done properly. Other than that, we're currently sitting at 114 beavers. Our two projects we have on the go is our consistent flow of power, which is coming out here, which is the bad water discharge, and then this second one, so that even during droughts we'll have a consistent flow of water or bad tide, which means things will work. It will pump and it will go. And there's also this over here, so perhaps we could also extend our power generation by one whole section. Might not be a bad idea. I'm considering. I'll have to take that out. Yeah. Alright, so that is clearly the plan. Of course, we'll have to take out this bit of road. And how did we do this? I think it was too high, yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. And then space. Is it one space? Looks like it. We've got a power, large power wheel. Okay, where were we? We were doing a power wheel. That's strange. It should allow us. Perhaps it's more than one space wide. Let's do that. Yeah, it seems like it is more than one space wide. So then we'll build 2, 1, 2. Alley. Where's my alley? And then I think that's all we could do. Perhaps. Let's take a look. See, we might have to take out. Yeah. So it's only worth really doing 3 there. Just still quite a lot. So what we'll do is do this. And then we'll need to add in a lumberjack flag. Some pathing. Of course, we'll have to set these to be cut. Where is it? Cut trees. And then once that's done, we will be able to build that. But of course, we'll have to incorporate this little system, some pathing, and then technically we should be able to build everything that we need. Right, and then we'll have to connect some more power shafts. And then structures, platforms, and these autosaves. Cool. So not too complicated, but that's another, I guess another thing we can look at. What's going over here? That is quite a weird effect. Am I the only one seeing that? It's half green, half blue water. For some reason the water is... that's why. This is not sealed off. That's alright though. I think we'll be fine water-wise. What we can do is actually pause quite a few of these. We don't want to waste any more water in this area. So the one thing we require is metal blocks. Currently we have not that much metal actually. We'll unpause these. So 2 rolls there. We have a whole bunch of other work. That won't be completed for a long time. Huh. I'm prioritizing those. It's strange. Alright, let's take a look at our power. Okay, so we're pumping out quite a lot. Grease factory takes extract canola oil and turns it into grease. We have extracts. We don't have the canola oil. To get canola oil, what do we need? We need these guys. So preferably, I would like all this to get up and running. So that's what I shall set to high priority. And hopefully all this can be sorted. Alright, it'll take a little bit of time, but I'm sure we can get to it. We'll do these 2. So from here we'll be able to get the oil press, which then provides the canola oil, which we can use then for extract to create grease. And we are short on a few workers still, but then I do want to add in more butt assemblers. guess we could push play on this too. Yeah, it's moving quickly. Beaver's got his tail all tagged up. Oh, Benny. Alright, so we'll have to, of course, switch this part out. As soon as all this is built, we'll do that last. Push play on these. Might as well get all of them up and running. We'll put the wind tunnel back on. But hey, it's good to see the beavers in action, working together. Okay, I think the next step after that would be the dirt excavator. And then, of course, the backwater discharge cap on the side. Only 49 metal blocks remaining there. As you can see, gravity batteries are still going down. Great. And then checking in on these guys. For the most part, a lot of them are done. We're just still waiting on that section there. So we'll have to wait for all of these. I can blow that along. These are double dynamites, so we'll have to roll that in. Select that for high priority. And if that's a double, then this needs to be a triple, all these three. And then, I guess those are done. We can pop those. And that one will pause because we're going to be putting a sluice gate over there. And then we have to check if they cannot reach. You have to build a road, and it will do what's needed. That's weird. That's the game. And then when we blow all that, I think we can just walk straight across and do the last two over there. Right, no beavers are coming up this way, unfortunately. Somehow the wall's still being built though, so we might actually want to do this. We'll set this to low. Alright, that should stop them from building all of that. Only 13.5 days after the drought, so we have plenty of water, plenty of food. Everything is moving quite well. Alright, I think we're going to have to destroy this power shaft and put in a, I guess we can do a 4-way there. And then we can start getting grease and canola oil, I guess. Because our power needs are... Well, we're doing quite well with power. We might be pausing these wheels very shortly. It's just one more over there, and then we should have, yeah, canola oil. Vast quantities. Oh, we got some problems now. Water is drying up. Open this gate, I think. Just going to let that flow in and fill up as much as possible. Oh, it is reachable. We cannot reach it. Oh, not being built. I'll tell you what, let's put 2 more workers in another smelter, 2 smelters there. I guess we can keep the wood workshops running. Currently sitting at 119 beavers, so yeah, definitely reaching new heights. Our beaver folk. Okay, we're almost finished over here. Just another, I don't know, 15 left. I think these just have to be built, yeah. So if they have like a dark center part, they just have to be finished off. Just weird these aren't getting... Oh, last few. Then we can blow this up. Alright, one more, and then we can blow the top section. It's going to make a nice plateau for our coffee. Of course, we are going to have to wait for this to go at 2, so because that's how they're going to reach them, is on the level. Alright, last one, and then we can blow this all up. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, next level. We actually have to do this section first. Actually wonder, and we have to do this. Singles there, and then a staircase like so. All right. And then we might have to go down 1 level in this area, just because the water is not reaching. So let's see. Tricky, but I'm sure we can manage. And then of course we can have some water issues here, so we might have to actually block this off. So it's another bit of a strategy here to stop the bad water affecting our I guess production and growth of our goodies. So we'll do this, and then we'll just connect everything via road. And then what else shall we do? I guess we could dam it. I mean, we are beavers after all. Alright, all of that is set, which means we can control this area with an overflow system. Those, delete that. Yes, delete it, and then okay, now that is all of that taken care of. I think what we'll do, so there's 3 blocks. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So we'll go down 2. Which means there's a whole bunch more dynamite that needs to be laid. Which is not a train smash. Sure we can do it. Just means we're gonna have a nice little nook here with our coffee. Only 8 days left there in the drought, so oh, and our power is connected now. I guess I'll set this oil press too high. Of course, once this engine is built, this one will start to function as the power is connected through buildings. We are running low on water. For some reason, they're pumping all the water out that has impurities in it, or purities, leaving only impurities. So yeah, this section has got some bad water still. Strange, but hey, it's coming along. We can blow this one and then have a 2-star or double. Set that to high, and then we need to do a whole bunch of ones over there. Well, let's see how that goes. It's going to take them a minute. Unpause those 2. Seems like we need to spare some workers. Alright, I'm pretty sure the second cap is complete. It is indeed. We haven't started on this new project on that side. Still waiting on these to be completed. 6 days. So if we go and take a look at our food production for a coffee brewery, requires coffee. So we got to plant trees and bushes. It's a coffee bush. There's nothing else we haven't grown, so that would obviously go over there. I'm pretty sure once the drought is done, we should have all this finished and ready. We are now starting to collect metal blocks. Yes, of course, there's also under construction. We'll put that on high too, just to utilize the blocks. That way at least it could be finished. Cool, and then we'll also do the same over here. Oh, that's already set to high, so we'll just have to wait. Dirt excavator is about to be completed. And I don't have access to that new system yet with pipes. I think that's still in the testing phase, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure in our next playthrough we'll be playing around with that. Be quite fun. There we go, we just need someone to hit the final nail, and yeah. So this building isn't connected to any district paths. What? Okay, so it needs power, but it also says it needs paths. We got the paths, man. Alright, power. We can do. Just do a little. I'll have to finish all this first, so we can branch off some power. That comes later. We don't really need dirt excavators. It's a luxury at this point. Now though, getting all our metal smelted, getting our bot factories up and running is more important. Seems like we have 2 radiated beavers, not good. I think I'll just blow this, create a more of a deeper well storage there. Well, somehow we're still managing, waiting Bailey. Water is live. Huh. That's weird. Okay, so it looks like we're missing haulers. It says we're not connected to district, but it's just the haulers then. We'll just do that. Alright, so good news is that we have our caps in place. It's going to provide us with a consistent flow of water, during droughts. And then, what else do we have? We have our dam system here to stop any bad water coming through. Then we're building our coffee plantation over here. We're just carving the mountainside apart. And then this is going to be our magnum opus, which is going to have our last monument, the Earth Repopulator. So that's hopefully our end game. But let's see. Seems like we have a bottleneck of dynamite, so let's take a look-see. Where would we find a dynamite factory? You think it would be landscaping? No. So we could possibly have 2 of these added in somewhere. We just need a way to connect it to via power. It's a little tricky. Would possibly put it over here. Going to be using 2s. Explosives factory. Just like that. And then I think that's one, so we'll go like so. And there we go. That should all be good now. Okay, a little extra bit of work, but it is closer. Otherwise, only 1.6 days left in the bad water, so could be worse. We've dropped from 7,000 to 3,500 in 20 days. So not having any water reserves is definitely quite bad. So we need to make sure we get that sorted. Making slow progress here, but it's going to be good when this does eventually pull out. Of course, we don't want to contaminate any of this area. So we have the metal blocks. It's just getting the beavers to build that area out. It's just going to take a while. Perhaps we should slow down our roll a bit. I do want these explosives factories running though, just so that we can move that along quicker. Of course, it's just that those two super high priority, and then these. So it is splitting our workforce a little bit, and then of course all the way up here. I guess what I could do, something like this, just so that we can do all the other pathing. Let's see if that helps. And they can build out these levees first, and then on top of that, these sluices. But hey, good news. Cycle 55 begins. And it's clearing out all the bad water, thank goodness. These are open. That is about halfway done. I'm gonna put all these guys back to work. And we might need to add in an extra advanced breeding pod. Just got to find a spot for it. Gonna try and push our numbers up a little bit higher. Oh, it's such a nice color blue. Okay, how far are they on this side? Well, they've started with the platform. Gears and planks. We've got plenty of both. For some reason these aren't running. It says it's not connected to the district, which doesn't make any sense. Or is it over here? So it has to connect to a building, which it is there. Okay. Any district by paths? He must be joking. I could see the pathway. Anywho, water is now flowing back into the settlement. We can't close these guys. We don't need to be on shift. And then we're going to, of course, pause this now, or raise the height of the floodgates. Although it has stabilized, I think. Not even 2 minutes, and we have a drought. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, we have a problem here. I'm gonna drop this, get the water out. I should say. Well, playing on hard difficulty is, in fact, very hard. Constantly bombarded with droughts and bad water tides. So we're quite used to all this. I just have to watch that for a second. Things seem quite fine over here. Still working on our overflow system there. We've sealed that up. Still trying to get all this bad water out. It's just not flushing away as quick as we'd like it to. This is all supposed to be filled up, by the way. So this could be very bad. A new problem has arisen. Lack of wood. I guess we can employ someone here, and maybe they can grow some more wood, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work, to be honest. Right, I think when I just open this, even if the bad water does get in, yeah, it's not going to filter through our system. So, yeah, we need to start flooding our areas. So we have a day to fill up these areas. Okay, we are going to dam that up. And then we will close this as we just about hit the limit. To try and make sure we survive this. Alright, I think I'm gonna close this now. And then we should have water for the rest of the drought that's up and coming. And then hopefully we'll have our coffee farm up. But good news. Our smelters are going to be built very, very shortly. Right, so this is the one issue we had. We had no power during droughts, but now we have some inkling of power. And each one of these I'm going to pretty much provide 200-ish power. And of course we'll have to do this to finish that, to make that faster. Yep, and that doesn't make much sense, but it does work. Alright, so it's a 21-day drought, so not too terrible, but we've got to be very careful not to make any mistakes here. It does look like we're short on 22 jobs. I think that has to do with this holding district for sure. So we are building another advanced breeding pod, and we just need extract for that. But we're constantly using extract. Basically for dynamite, which is good and bad. Allows you to terraform, but at a cost. Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there for today. We did quite well there, so we have recovered a little bit. We've got more water coming in. We have all this stored up. As you can see, our little barrier, we are going to be finishing that up in the next episode, guaranteed. But hey, hope you all enjoyed, and thank you again for watching. And as always, if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Cheers.